of the population.
My sister is 24 years old and said that to me. What is that? Melo got a case. He's my favorite hooper. Nah, Carmelo with a K. That dude. Being red and going, I have to get break even or just get a little green to blow the accounts. Now, if I have my daily loss limit, I'm done. I hit my profit goal, I'm done. Like if you say, just take the better one, 258 base requires that 2 bands and 16 traded. Man, way less than that. Tell me where you making 2 bands that fast, moving that slow. 250 is not hard sitting on your exactly, J Walt. But if they give you a chance to be in somewhat normal size with a high conviction, sure, size up whenever the opportunity presents itself. You don't always got to do 3 micros every single time. You can do 4 or 5. You can hold for a little bit longer. That's where the discretion comes in at. But you need to be taking base hits though along the way. Thanks for blocking that, dude. Let me catch up with these messages because the messages don't have timestamps. Man, how you been making the money this morning? This choppy, just trading just straight draws and liquidity. That's it. With market structure, that's it. And just taking basis of 120 ticks. Twice today. That's it. That's all that I did on 3 micros. I'm on analysis and now, Thomas says. Yeah. How's it going, Thomas? I'm being dead serious. I want to know your honest feedback, Thomas. I think Thomas left. I think he may have. Exactly what humbled me today was up $100 on 3 evals and $1,600 on the fund that kept trading. Too much dip in my chip. Rock Lee. Rock Lee. Rock Lee, come on, bro. Rock Lee, are you in here? Who's inside Discord? Were you in? Bro, listen. Are you in here right now? Are you watching on TikTok? Do you trade 3 micros? Yes, of course, yeah. All of those are PAs. That's 27 PAs, 27 or 28 funded accounts. Uriah. Rock Lee, are you still in here? Because I can't tell if you're inside here. I can't tell. Rock Lee, come on, bro. You know that. You've been inside Discord for a few months, bro. You finally got a few payouts. You're starting to figure things out. You up $1,600 and you still kept trading that PA, Rock Lee? Where you at? Next time I see him or next time he comments, I'm immediately going to comment. And I'm going to tell him he's not in here right now because otherwise he would have responded. I know him. Bro, these 100-point minimum candles been different. Yeah, this is negative. This is deep negative HVL. This is not a joke. We are in negative gamma environment. Do you trade 3 micros? Okay, they read that. Twist back to back from me, then you need to stop. They're about to start goofing around right now with another trend line. She want Big Bro to protect
that's how
her.
I look at
She
it.
don't want me to protect her.
Negative,
She don't live
negative gamma.
nowhere near me. The market is starting to become impervious to those weird headlines. Theta, change, P, chop, yeah. This SpaceX IPO is about to be off the chain. So many people are going to get hurt with that SpaceX IPO. I'm telling you, it's going to be mind-boggling.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Oh my goodness, boy! I could see that SpaceX IPO. It should open up at 135. I could see that thing squeezing up like 15, 20%. And then probably dumping like 20, 30% over like the next. Well, it's going to be hard to short sell because it's going to be a brand new IPO. But it's going to be in price discovery for a while. And so many people are going to get hurt effort around with that boy. And then once it finds stability, then it'll start squeezing and going higher again. Man,
I'm not touching it.
I want to watch the fireworks with that. Friday is going to be like Friday and Monday.
Like,
that's going to be a movie.
You could buy like STM, which is a company that makes the chips for Musk Starling.
Hmm. What you use within the market right now? What you mean, Khalil? What I use within the market? What does that mean? It'll make him a multi-trillionaire. Now he'll be the first trillionaire for sure. I think that's dope. I think that that's dope, bro. I think that he'll be the first trillionaire. Think about that. I th- Most people don't understand how much a trillion is. That's 1,000 billions. He will have one. He will have Elon Musk will have Elon Musk will have he will have 1 million millions. A billion is 1,000 millions. That is correct. And he's going to have 1,000 billions. That's dope. Like that's dope.
Do you really think it's lonely at the top?
That's a great question. I, that's a very great question. As a matter of fact, that's a very great question. Let me log out of this trade copy before I do something foolish. That's a very great question. I think, personally speaking, I personally think that it's lonely in both directions. I think that it's lonely at the bottom and it's lonely at the top. Because just stop and just think. All of us have experiences. Because I used to be homeless with my father when I was in my younger years. Now my dad busted his ass in order to, you know, just to put us in the, like we didn't have no money. Like I'm being dead serious. Like even when my dad was working a good job, like a decently good job, because my dad insanely overachieved with just a high school diploma, and my father never met his father ever. He's never even seen him, and I've never met any of my grandfathers before. So I come from nothing. So I mean, I'm talking $15, $20 would just break our backs for like days at a time. $15 was like $15 expense was like a luxury expense. Going to the mall back then and then getting a Chinese 2 meal plate, a 3 meat 2 side plate where me and my dad would split for back then for $5 was a luxury expense that we would do like once every week and a half, 2 weeks when my dad got paid. And it's lonely down there at the bottom. Nobody cares about you for real. Trying to ask people for help because who wants to just keep dishing out money to somebody when they know for a fact that you're poor and that you're not gonna pay them back.
Yeah, but people do care when they know that you're struggling. But when you're rich like that, you stop caring. You don't care about anybody else.
Correct. Let me let me let me add on to what you said. I think I agree with you, and like let's have an intelligent conversation here, see me as we always do. I think that you're correct because poor people know and understand that they need to band together in order to help each other out in order to give themselves the best chance for survival. That's why so that's how I personally feel and believe. So whenever you're at the bottom, everyone else seriously cares for you because because I think that's where the term it takes a village to raise a child, or it's going to take all of us in order for us to remotely have a chance in this world. That's where I think that mentality comes into play at as far as people caring about you to a certain extent because they feel as though, hey, you know what? I don't have much, but like I don't have, I don't have, you know, I don't have all of the ingredients to bake this cake, for example. But you know what? Paul might have the eggs. Sally might have the sugar. Uh, Joe might have the Joe might have the oil. Tim might have the butter. My mom might have the flour. So you know what? I'm going to tolerate these people and I'm going to give, and I'm going to give a little bit what I have. So maybe in the end, we all could come together and maybe bake a cake. And then maybe when that cake is baked, you know what? We might be able to, I might be able to get a small little slice of that, but I still got to share it with everybody else. That's been my personal experience personally, if that makes sense. And that can hinder you whenever you start to rise up because now you feel obligated to help people behind you. And now I'm getting ready to get into now I'm getting ready to get into another conversation, which is generational trauma, which is what I think keeps the Black community behind.
Yeah, I agree.
So what I think that helps, one of the things that I think helps or hinders a lot of Black people is because we're so caught up in everything, and the moment that one person gets a small breath of fresh air, you now feel obligated to then help your parents or the prior generation when it should be focused on you. You need to be trying to be the best version of yourself that you can be so that you can then help future generations. So that you can
Right.
so that you can set the precedence and then give the future generation the best opportunity to succeed in that moment, not going backwards.
Right. Exactly.
So, but that's a conversation for another day. Now,
Yeah.
n-
It's a long conversation.
yeah, it's a long conversation. But so, honestly speaking, I just think that's just non-debatable. I'm being honest with you. I'm being dead serious. I don't think that you can debate with that. I'm being dead serious. So, but that's what I think. Simi. Now, I could be wrong, and you could get me to change my opinion, but that's one of the things that I've seen that keeps people at banded together at the bottom, if that makes sense. And I can see that in my everyday life. I promise you I can. And let me give you an example. My brother who was murdered, and my current brother today, I help them out whenever I can. I try to do X, Y, and Z. When my brother was getting $900 a week from the government for those unemployment checks, his entire mentality changed. So I would send a message and I'd be like, bro, don't spend your money on that. Bro, tighten up. Just motivational stuff. This dude looked me in my face and this dude was like, bro, I don't got to listen to you no more. F that. Nah, he literally said F that. He looked me dead in my face and told me, he was like, bro, I don't need you no more. I got this. F that. I don't need your advice no more, bro. As though he had it figured out. The moment that he got up, the moment he remotely got up, he was like, bro, F that. I don't need you, bro. He told me that to my face. I still have the text messages. And a few months before he got murdered, he apologized to me. He was like, bro, I don't know what I was, I still have the text message on my phone. He was like, bro, I don't know what I was thinking, bro. But he only came to that conclusion when he didn't have no money no more.
Gone. Exactly.
Yep. When it was too late.
He came to that conclusion when he had no money no more. And then he sent me that message. He was like, bro, because what happened was he stole from me he stole from me and then took my things to a pawn shop. And he doesn't understand how savvy I am. So I called every pawn shop within a 10-mile radius of my house at the time. And pawn shops have written records and they have video recording. So I saw him going in and pawning my game systems and everything so that he had enough money to then go to then take a girl to a prom. And all he had to do was ask me for the money. And I gave him every opportunity to be truthful. And I was like, bro, keep it 100, bro. What happened to my shit? Tell me. And he was like, bro, I don't know. And I was like, bro, I'm not any dude that you've dealt with before. I will run circles around you mentally. I just choose to ignore these things. Tell me right now before I go down this rabbit hole, I will still forgive you. And he still lied to my face. And long story short, I sent him home on a bus ticket because long story short, bro tried to come live with me. And he just pawned my shit inside my house.
Man, it's fucked up.
So long story short, like I told him about himself, and then like he was contrite a little bit, but then when the unemployment checks kicked in, he sent me that message. He was like, "Yeah, nah, bro, I don't need you no more." And then when the money stopped, then he came back. So long story short, I've seen it happen numerous times. I promise you. And that's just one example, but that's just a microcosm. That happens a lot. But
Yeah, it's sad.
but what's crazy is when people are at the bottom, they're like a little bit more contrite and like they're a little bit more forgiving and a lot of and their attitudes are different. Like
They're more humble. They're more humble.
way more humble. Like, bro, you should see the text messages that even my mother's the most loving person in this world. When my mother gets her tax refund check, boy, I don't hear nothing from my mother. Sometimes because I'm so busy, like I'll lose track of time. I won't hear nothing from my mother for like a week. Now my mother is back to living check to check. Boy, she texts me every single day and tell me good morning, how you doing? She still asks me for money and I send it to her. I promise you I do, and I promise you I do when I help pay her rent. But I promise you, I should take a screenshot of the messages so that you can see. I'm trying to tell you.
I have mad respect for you. You taking care of moms like that. That's I miss my mother and
Yeah.
I did everything for her and but man, I understand, bro. And I tip my hat off to you.
I appreciate it,
Yeah,
I appreciate it, bro. And like one of the things that keeps me going with that is basically what you just said, CME, because my dad lost his mother when he was 26 years old, and when I was 2.5. Oh, I'm sorry, I had just turned 3. And one of the biggest regrets that my dad said, bro, I wish that I would have listened to my mother more, and not because she knew anything, because his mother was not street smart at all. Like at all. Like she didn't know anything and she left him with nothing. But he was like, I wish that I would have showed that I cared more. Because he was like, the last conversation I had with my mother was an argument because she was trying to get me to stay home and clean up, and I was living with her, and he was like I was living with her and I wasn't doing shit with my life and I had a 3-year-old child. And she was taking care of my child. And I wanted to go see a movie, and she told me to stay at home. And he was like, that was the very last conversation I had with her. And the second to last conversation I had with her, she looked me dead in my eyes, and she was like, make sure that you take care of that child, which was me. She was like, promise me that you're gonna take care of him and that you're gonna look after your younger brother. And he was like, Mama, why are you telling me this for? And she was like, be nothing like your father, please. Like, she was like, I know that I didn't give you the best chance in life, but don't take that out on him. Don't do that, please. Please don't do that. And he was like, Mama, stop telling me this weird stuff. Like, she was like, no, I'm serious. Just please promise me. He was like, okay, Mama, I promise you. And my dad said that ever since that moment, my dad was like, she was dead 3 days later. And he was like, ever since that moment, I swore to God that I was never going to be anything like my father or like my brother's father. And so I try to learn from my father's past trauma. And the past trauma that relates to me is this. No matter how I'm feeling right now in this moment, I know for a fact, like how CME said, yes, does it annoy me that I got to send my mom $400 or $500 like every now and then? It does. I promise you it annoys me. But I know for a fact that 20 years from now, I'm not going to give a shit about no $400.
nah.
Those are connections that you will never, ever, ever get back ever in this lifetime.
Nope. And you're gonna be blessed for
You're going to
And
be
I
wishing.
and I have no regrets. I
No
have
regrets
on how
at all. At
yeah,
all.
on what I did for my mom because she did for
that.
us.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely,
think
brother.
my mom had
100%.
cancer.
And you feel that like all of those sacrifices that you made, it probably gives your heart like bro, like you probably feel like bro, like man, like in the moment, like I couldn't see it like in that moment. But damn, like I'm so happy that I got to create those memories with that person or whomever that is. My mom, father, brother, cousin, sister, whoever it is. Because you don't know when that last day is going to come. You don't know. And so
No, you do not.
my father told me, my dad was like, bro, I'm going to be honest because I told my dad this is how I think. My dad was like, bro, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Most people don't think like that. So that's going to be a lot harder for people to think 15, 20 years on the line. And my dad was like, which is what I agree with. My dad was like, but however, you let me add this caveat. You can't let people take advantage of you though. You still have to stand your own ground
No,
and stand under your own principles. And then if they disrespect that, then you have to respectfully move yourself away from that. And then there's nothing that you can do in that situation. But just on principle alone, I'm serious, guys. You're not going to care about these frivolous things. You're not. You're not going to remember no damn $50, $100 that your mother owe you or your brother owe you if life turns over tomorrow. You're not. Dude, I promise you do. And if you do, then it wasn't that serious in the beginning, and you need to start putting your energy and your effort into that situation. I'm being dead serious. That's just how I feel. But I branched off completely away from the original topic that CME was talking about. But that ties into specifically, long story short, it's just a microcosm of like how I seriously believe on as to why people stick together. And stuff like that. I mean, like, that's just how I feel. Sounds like you wouldn't know. Okay. Bro, just looked over the accounts and not one of the groups being $5 to $10 away from minimum trading day. Honestly, don't even with if a good setup presented. Knowing my luck, Trump will open his mouth. Yeah. Love you, E. You're a good ass dude and generally look up to you. I appreciate you, J Walk. I look up to every single last one of y'all too. Because y'all help me out and y'all keep me going. I wouldn't want to do anything more else in this world than to sit here and then to like, if I can just help one person, either read this market or guys, even if I don't even help you become a successful day trader and you don't make $1 million a year doing this, okay, cool. Did I allow you to change your mentality to then do something as simple as maybe mending a broken relationship? Mending a relationship that can then allow you to then get your foot in the door with with a different career opportunity, a different job. Change your mentality from a victim mentality to a mentality of abundance so that you can be successful in other endeavors of your life. I'm being dead serious. Then guess what? I did my job. Well, it ain't my job because I don't have to do it. But you get the point that I'm trying to make. They want to go higher, not lower. You changed my life. You gave me a home every morning. I appreciate that, Cole. That means a lot, brother. You know I got a lot of love for you, bro. This is honor your mom and dad, regardless of their situation in life. That's debatable because you can't let people take advantage of you senselessly. Uriah. So I still think that you need to be humble and understand that you're not owed anything. If you understand, hey, I'm not owed anything, then your mentality across the board changes. I understand that I'm not owed any day extra with my mother, with my father. That's how I approach my life. I understand that I'm not owed anything right now with any amount of money that I make on a daily basis. That's why I take base hits. That's why I try to keep things simple. You understand what I'm saying? That's why. So that mentality goes across the board with everything that I have. I try to keep it simple, and I try not to do, I try not to do too much. But you can't let people just take advantage of you senselessly. You cannot do that. Like if someone's abusing you, then bro, you need to walk away from that situation. At the end of the day, the first law of human nature is self-preservation. So you need to preserve yourself first. That includes mother and father. If they're just abusing you, like actually physically and mentally abusing you, then bro, don't be in that situation. Just remove yourself. No hate intended, just remove yourself and just let them be. Why does it annoy you? Honor your mom. Okay. So all mamas are the same. All our mamas are the same. I think that I think that I think that most humans are the same. I just think that most humans are the same. We all like to think that we're special and different, but we're really not. We're really not. Wait, bro, in that time where they didn't reach out to you, do you reach out to them? Um, I really don't. I really don't. Um, like I really don't chase other people. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't. And like that's also one of the mistakes that I have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just let things just be. Like, I like to reciprocate energy. So like if someone shows me positive energy and love, then I should show them love as well. If someone's respectful to me, then I'm respectful to them. If someone's disrespectful to me, I'm like I try not to be disrespectful. I just remove myself from the situation. Like I try to remedy the situation. Like I try to go, hey bro, like hold on, like first, if someone comes at me sideways, this is something that where my dad says that I'm personally unique in. I try to ask myself, why is this person doing this? That's the first thing that I ask myself. I go, like, I promise you, like, I look at them like a dog looks at you whenever you make a screeching or a high pitched squeal and they twist their head to the side. Like, I go, huh, why is this person acting like this? Did I do something personally? If I didn't, then what's the root cause of this? There has to be a reason, like a reason, like, you know. And I go, am I reading you correctly? You know, did I personally do something to upset you? And then if that person goes, well, no, you didn't, and I go, okay, so you're wilding out for no reason. Okay, I got you. Just so that we're on the same page. And then usually most people start to come to their senses after that, like, damn, maybe I was wilding out. And then we can have an intelligent conversation. You wanna know why? You wanna know why that's necessary? You can't have a serious or productive conversation with somebody that's emotionally unstable. You can't do that. If someone is wilding out or they're going crazy, how can a solution be had? Listen to me and listen to me very well. Learning and learning conversation, learning and understanding only go. I heard this and it changed my perspective on human nature and human psychology in general. Listen to me. Listen to me well. Learning this is irrefutable. Learning and understanding only goes as far as the other person is willing to accept. Understand that. You cannot reach an understanding with the person that is unreasonable. That's emotionally or mentally unstable. Because no matter
Nope,
what
not even
logic
worth
that you
trying.
huh?
Not even worth trying.
Correct. No matter what logic that you speak into that person, if their brain is not able to comprehend what you are saying, you are wasting your time. Understand what I just told you. So if I tell you two plus two
100%
equals
correct.
4, and your brain is saying, bro, I'm upset right now, it equals 649, and I keep on telling you that over and over again, I could go on for 2 or 3 days in a row and without sleeping, and then you'll just be like, I'm not gonna listen to that. So if the other end on the party is not willing to listen and is not receptive, then you will have no progress. So that's the first thing that I ask. I go, am I reading you correctly? Like, hey, let's get acquainted. Hello, hey, how are you? Y'all see me do that on live. Every now and then, like once every 2 or 3 months, somebody will come in here and they'll be like, be quiet, scammer. And I go, hold on. Hey, listen. Hello, hey, how are you? I just clicked on your profile. You've never seen me before. You've never seen me trade live before. How are you doing? And then they start switching up and they go, oh, hey, hello. And I go, hey, what's your name? You doing all right? And they go, and then they start to ease down a little bit. Y'all ever notice that they start to ease? They're like, okay, I'm doing okay, but you still might be a scammer. What's your name? I'm like, my name's NQ Insider. They call me E. You haven't been watching my content. Let's, like, hey, like, let's try and be respectful. And then, like, and then we can proceed. I'm being dead serious. That's just how I approach almost all situations. That's true or unreasonable. There's no reasoning. Correct. You cannot reason with somebody that's out of their mind. You can't do that. You'll lose every time. Shh. Let me read these messages. Be on alert. They don't care then either. Doesn't matter what you think. Phil can do. Can't go on through it. That's facts, man. Yeah. Up for $500 on my funder for the day. Done trading. Thank you for helping me. If I wasn't in here, I probably would have traded in these bad conditions. Thanks, reseller. Happy for you, bro. Happy for you. Swear it's lonely both ways. It's the deception you have of the actions for that's correct. That is correct. I think there's a reason why super rich people eventually start giving back. Like, they try to study philanthropy because they know that because they crave those intimate connections that they had when they were at the bottom. Or they crave intimate connections just in general. To me, personally, some of the deepest connections that you can possibly have in this world is when you have absolutely nothing. Is that connection that you have with somebody when there really is nothing to really gain right now in this moment. When it's just you two, when there's nothing there, like it's just like, hey, like we both need each other for our survival. Like I need you and you need me. And we're in this together. And I'm going to try my best and you're going to try your best. Those to me have been some of the deepest connections that you could possibly have with somebody. I mean, they're serious. This is what I think personally. And that's why I think super rich people give back to poor people. In mass like that. Through philanthropy work. You want to know why? Because you have no idea how fulfilling that is to see someone change their life. No, it's because they realize that money means absolutely nothing after you have it. That is correct. You'll stop caring about money, I'll probably say, after you make $20,000, $30,000 a month consistently, probably for it. Like, once your needs are met, like, it really just loses its relevancy. So that is correct too. But you have no idea how fulfilling that is when you can directly impact somebody's life. I'm being dead serious. Like, when someone says, bro, like, dude, you changed my life, dude. Like I don't know what I was doing. Like, I don't know what the hell I was doing. Like for example, like if you just scroll up right now, like if you're looking at your screen, like if you scroll up the Colts message, it says, shit, you changed my life. Gave me a home every morning. And like if you scroll up like a few messages before that, where bro was like, where bro was like, I'm up $500 on my funder for the done trade, and thank you for helping me. If I wasn't in here, I probably would have traded in these bad conditions. Like, just a microcosm of stuff like that. When someone goes, bro, like, I was lost before this. Like, you have no idea how fulfilling that is. That is far more fulfilling than making $11,000. I'm being dead serious. You get far more fulfillment from that than making money. I'm being dead serious. When someone says, bro, like I don't know what I was doing. Like, I was lost before this. Now, what they decide to do after this, up to them. But you get the point. Timestamp 12:19. Stop this rant. No, it's because they realized that I already read that. Why I could never see myself not training athletes. One of the most rewarding things in the world. That is correct. Because you really get to see someone grow in that moment, day by day, week by week, and then accomplish their goals. And you have a direct impact on that. That's huge. It's huge. I seriously think that we're here on this earth in order to help others. That's what I think that one of the greatest fulfillments in life is. I'm being dead serious.
Yep. To serve.
Absolutely. There's this one guy whom I know has this thing inside his bio, and I have it written down. It's called quote. It's called quote for the purpose of others. Like when I heard that, that thing stuck with me for like a lifetime. It will stick with me for a lifetime. It says for the purpose of others. Now, that doesn't mean you just lay down your life. You just let people take advantage of you. No, of course not. It's self-preservation, of course. But if you have the opportunity to help somebody and it's not gonna kill you, I'm telling you, boy, you will feel so good about something like that. And but here's the deal though. You have to. But here's the deal though. Here's the caveat. You have to do it, but not expect anything in return. And that ties back into the rant, to the beginning of the rant that I went on. Because if you do it and you go, bro, I just showed you a method, bro, and a model, and you been showing to these free mentorships, and bro, you making like $3,000 or $4,000 a day now, bro. Slide me 10% of that money, bro. Come on, bro. Man, you tripping, bro. You ain't slimming none of them payouts, man. I'm your mentor. If you have that mentality, then you're going to always feel slighted and you're not going to want to do it. But if you have the mentality like, bro, hey, I'm good personally where I'm at, and I'm in a position. I work to put myself in a position to give, and you give with what you're comfortable with giving, and what you're comfortable with giving is changing people's lives. It is the most rewarding thing because you don't expect nothing back. I don't care if you join this community, and if after 3 or 4 months you turn profitable, and then you start making damn 15, 20,000 dollars a day like someone here, and like you never say a word. And I ask when I say, hey man, come over here and help people, and you go, man, I'm not gonna do that. I got more important to be doing. I'm living life high in the hog. I'm not going to feel any kind of way. I don't expect anything. I don't expect any of you to honestly stay subscribed. We can be best of friends from TikTok. I don't expect anything. That's why anything that's why anything above the ground floor of what's expected outside of human decency and human respect is a plus for me. It's a plus. I expect respect. But other than that, bro, we not owe nothing in this world, man. Who are we? Change your mentality. Remove the victim mentality. You can have a victim mentality by going, bro, I did this for somebody. I'm owed this. They owe me this. I'm owed this. I'm the victim here. I'm being taken advantage of. They owe me. You owe me part of that payout for teaching you how to do this. You owe me for answering those questions. You owe me. Man, nobody owe you nothing. One-on-one calls or group calls? Nope. I will do that if I seriously if I seriously feel as though if I seriously feel as though that you've exhausted every option on that knowledge center, and I've seen you show up to numerous classes on the weekends that are free. But but I live trade every single day, Monday through Friday, damn near from 9 to 4. And
It's
then I
getting to
and
that
then
trend line.
oh, trend line. And then I run a class on the weekends. So like I can't speak to 200, 300 people for an hour or two a day. I would never get any rest. Oh. You said what about whoa? It's best I not trade. Best I not trade. Timestamp 1224. Biggest thing that you have opened my eyes to is, can you be patient longer than your own impatience? That is correct. If you can be no, I'm sorry. Shut it wrong. It's that's true as well. It's, can you be consistent longer than your own impatience? Because being patient longer than your own impatience is the same thing. Can you be consistent longer than your own impatience? If you can do that, you can succeed. Yesterday made $11. Okay, good job, Navy. Keep watching. You're building your bank account elsewhere. You should support your mom willingly. It shouldn't annoy you, bro. Anybody that consistently has to keep on dishing out money to a situation is I'm not saying like I'm upset. That's not what I'm saying. Or like I'm like
He
like I'm growling.
misunderstood. He misunderstood the whole point.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like you're like it's still like
It's not right for you to pay for someone else's negligence
correct,
when they have the opportunity to do what's right with their own
correct,
funds.
correct, exactly, correct, exactly, correct, exactly. Because me as the next generation, I am reaching back to then help prior generations. So so that portion makes me go, man, man, like that. Like it's just like a man, damn, man, like I really could be allocating this to something else. I really could. Like I should be, and I should be. That's not my obligation to do that. I'm not obligated to do that. I will do that because that is my mother and I love her, and I explained everything prior, and that's why I will do that. I explained that. They want to snap this trend line to then go lower. You never answered my question. What's your question? My father joined the military. My father joined the. My father was in the military before that. He was in the military when I was slightly before I was born, and then he left the military when I was like, well, he got injured and stuff like that, and then he went into the reserves. But you get the point. Especially when they didn't put themselves or their offspring in a position to succeed. Yeah. You know, I don't care who it is. If I don't care who it is, if you consistently dishing out resources, dude, it's going to irk you a little bit, dude. You're not just going to be just with a smile on your face, just goddamn dishing out like insane resources for a situation where you feel that you could have been potentially putting that money or resources elsewhere or time elsewhere. I don't care who it is, but you make that sacrifice for the better overall picture. It's the same thing as like your son or your daughter asking you for money. Like you're gonna be like, you're gonna be like, dang, bro, like I really could use this in order to go do something else. But you know what? Look at the overall picture. This is my offspring. I want to give them the best chance to succeed. See what I'm saying? So you sacrifice that little irkiness, that little moment where you go, this irks me a little bit, because you go, man, the overall picture is I'm going to give my offspring the best chance to succeed. That's why you make that sacrifice. I make that sacrifice because I go, bro, this is my mother here. Because I know for a fact I'm not going to give a damn about $400 or $500 every week or two. Every week or two, I'm not going to miss that when it's all said and done. I know that.
Hey, E, I know you said that you don't expect nothing back. Respectfully, once I make it, I ain't gonna lie, I gotta stay in the Discord, bro.
Absolutely.
I got to.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate it. Real talk, bro. And that's what I want. Like, I want like-minded traders to be, man, they better dump this. They better come here, timestamp 12:30. They better come here to 8:25. I want people to still be a part of this community. Like, I want you, my goal is if you so insanely profitable and you making $5,000, $10,000 a day, I legitimately want you as an individual to purchase a year membership or to purchase a lifetime membership and then to just be inside here and just, and just to hang out. Be like, bro, I just made 10 times this amount today, like it was nothing. I'm gonna be inside here for a year. I'm for forever. And I'm gonna just hang out and I'm gonna just try and help others. Or I'm gonna pop in whenever I want to. Like that's my goal so that it helps the community. They wanna come over here and they wanna snap this immediate term liquidity here. They're gonna come into the zone. They wanna go lower, not higher. They just been bleeding us out. They didn't even give you a chance to really short this trend line. You see a trend line snap, you short it to the next liquidity target, which is here, which is this damn 825. They bounce us from the zone. When they come up into the zone, I think it's a good opportunity to short to then target set liquidity to the downside. That's what my brain telling me right now. What is that? Why that VWAP look like that? Understand that. Y'all talking on Discord? Yes, we are talking on Discord. Because I'm looking at a chart, but I call it at the top. I just need someone to say, you know what? You're right. What do you mean? Yeah, we're talking on Discord. What do you mean? Say you're right. Teach her to trade. My mom's brain doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. In order to be a successful trader, it requires look at that, they took that liquidity out. It requires you to think with an abundant mindset, and it requires you, in order for you to delay gratification to be successful. You need to be okay with not making money to be successful in trading. That's the only way you need to be, man, you know what? I am going to learn for X, Y, and Z amount of time. Then once I understand, then I'm going to jump in the pool. If you're trying to get rich that day or that week, you're never going to get rich with trading or investing even. You're not. Most people don't have that mentality. That's why they can't succeed. I'll know almost instantly whether or not that you'll succeed in trading from just speaking to you. I'll know. So, but I can't speak to every last one of y'all. If what I said describes you, then you need to change your mentality. And also, my mom really don't care about trading. My mom likes helping children anyway. So she's an infant room and a toddler, an infant and a toddler teacher. That's one of the things that she was put on this earth to do. She was put on this earth in order to help raise children. She loves children. So she don't even care about the money for real. She really don't. She don't care about no money. She cares about helping children and giving children a foundation. She calls herself a children's advocate or an advocate for children. That's what she says. And she takes pride in that. She don't care about the money. Let me be for real. She don't. If all of my mom's needs are met, she don't give a damn. She don't even want to live luxurious for real. She don't care. My mom really don't expect nothing. I'm being dead serious. Like she don't expect nothing for real. You need to be on hyper alert. Go Spurs, Navis says. Good for her, yeah. Two ball dribble, let's go. Huh? It's process driven. Worth every penny, make back the money and trade it to eventually, correct. Most people, most people, most people won't succeed in this because their brains are wired to think to go, if I like for example, like for like even if this is the case, but it shouldn't be like this. You should not sign up for a mentorship if you can't get guidance and you can't see all the trades live. And someone needs to be explaining it to you. They need to be walking you through all of the ins and outs and all of the dangers. But like, let's just say I was even charging $500 per month, 500 points, which is very reasonable. Seriously, that's very reasonable. Let's just say I was doing that. Most
E
people won't.
pause. Look at the gap on SPX.
Most people
Sorry.
won't succeed. Holy shoot! I don't even want to test that. Wow. Hold on, it got disappeared. Let me add alert. Crossing down. They won't be successful. Why? Because they think, you know what I could do with $500? Not if I take this $500 and I put this into, and I put this to the test, where can I be at and what would be the return from this investment? Look at the size of that imbalance. If I had more accounts to trade, I would trade this. I'm being dead serious. Hold on, I have to check my newswire to make sure that nothing insane happened. My newswire says SPY is tweaking. Hold on, I'm waiting. Give me 60 seconds. Nothing's happened. Be on alert. the moment that they start to curl us over, they're going to come back here and feel this. This is for sure the largest one of the day. Let's look at SPY. SPY didn't do it. You
Yo,
need to
E,
watch
do you
out for this.
VIX, bro?
So what? What Trump say?
Do you look at VIX?
I pay attention to VIX whenever VIX is over 25.
Yeah, VIX and NQ have been moving in sync, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I really don't draw trade conclusions from VIX like that. I just look at it for the volatility to understand maybe how large the candles are going to be or the current environment that we're going to be trading in. Okay, they're starting to chill out. They're starting to chill out. They're getting ready to roll us over, and they're getting ready to come back over to the zone. Don't long this. This right over here. Honestly speaking, that is probably the easiest money of the day, more than likely. More than likely. Excuse me. I just personally don't want to take
Hey,
this
did you
chance
see it?
up this amount of money. I just don't think that's worth that. And I don't have any other accounts to trade. That's why I said, like, if you're green on the day, you need to not test that. You need to not take as much cheese as you can. I'm not going to do that.
Hey, E, I couldn't hear you. What you were
Hello?
saying when we were talking.
Test.
Yeah,
Test.
I couldn't hear nothing just now when I was talking to you.
Can y'all hear
No, I
me?
was telling you,
Shit.
the VIX, right? Like right now, like everything is moving in sync. Like comparing NQ to crude oil, like
Test.
I don't know,
Test.
they move. You can hear me?
Okay, good.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear
Okay,
both
good.
of you.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
Comparing crude to like NQ, right? It's been moving a little out of sync, right? And now I started looking at the VIX, bro. Like as soon as VIX do like one red candle, I see NQ do one green candle. It's like they're moving so in sync, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Is that normal?
I ain't
Or
gonna
is
lie,
that
fire. Your
is that
stuff
normal?
like
Or
cutting
is
in and
that,
out.
you can hear me? Hello?
Yeah, it's
I can
clear
hear you
now, but
good.
like when you start
I can hear you
explaining,
good.
If you want to
Yeah.
know, listen, look, if you want to know and understand how I would play this, I would start scaling into this trade like this to the short side potentially. Like I would do this. This is how I would play this. So I would personally start scaling to the short right over here on small size right now. This is how I would play this volume balance. They're going to come down here and fill this. But how they go about doing this, you need to give yourself some time to recover. Pay attention. This is probably the easiest money of the day. I'm not going to trade my accounts on this because I'm already at my profit goal on 27 funded accounts. I'm not going to do this. They're going to dump this market and then come down to the zone. When this alert goes off, you need to be out. But you need to be on small enough size so that if they squeeze up into the zone, you can get a better entry in this profit target. This is called A, B plus entries. 3 micros, if they dump this down into the zone, you make probably like 250 to 300 bucks. 3 micros on this trade in a dream. If they go break even on this, then you reevaluate. Honestly speaking, I'm being dead serious. I wouldn't even go break even on this. They're going to dump this and come down and fill this volume imbalance. This is the easiest money of the day. Very risky to trade. This is very risky to trade in this current environment, yes. But you have an insane volume imbalance. This is the largest one of the day. This is 200 points. I'm telling you they're going to dump this. This is how I would trade this in this environment. You can't go all or nothing on 30 contracts. You need to take what it gives you. This is a free 200 ticks. They're going to dump this. I'm warning you and I'm telling you what they're getting ready to do. It's probably best you look at that. Bang. Just because they show you something doesn't mean that you get the opportunity to participate, though.
Money appear in the account.
Appear in the account. I told you they were going to go lower. This was the easiest money of the day. Understand what I just told
Sorry, I had to
you.
cut you off, though.
Huh? Oh, hell no. You good money. Remember what I just told you. You need to be paying attention.
Bang! That was $1,300, bro. Shit.
You said that was
Thank
$1,300.
you.
What, free money for you?
See, I gotta say on
Money,
TikTok, bro.
bro.
I heard Matt
They
say,
not playing.
"Geez,
They
look at
not
that
seeing
gap."
what we doing. not seeing what we doing, man. They not paying attention to these volume balance. They not seeing what we doing, bro.
I had to,
Yeah,
You
I had to
took
come
that on
back
a
in.
funded or no?
I had to come back and get mine on the funded, bro, to get my winning day. I need one more day on a payout on 4 accounts now.
Man,
You took that on the funded or no?
nah, hell nah. I'm up $400 on them funders. But this is how I would trade. It's like just because I did this on paper or on my demo account does not mean that just because I'm on this demo account right now does not mean I'm gonna go 20 contract. I'm gonna go 3 to be safe. And if they bounce this, like for example, if they would have went like this, I would add another 3 here and another 3 here to then still target this. That's how you play a clear objective safely. Understand what, look at that. They just filled it just now. That's how you play a clear objective safely. Understand that. You don't short it here, here, or here. You wait for confirmation that they're going to go lower and you enter into the B entry. If they go against you, then you add one more time on 1/3 size with confidence, with the clear target in mind for a better entry. And then once they start going towards that objective, then you go break even, you let it ride. Or you start scaling it down. Understand what I just showed you. So that right there is a real life example to one of the questions that one of the new students, I think it was Draco, asked yesterday on live stream about, hey bro, like, man, like, how do I stop myself from getting stopped out? Guys, and I know some people are probably thinking, bro, I could have made like $3,000 on that trade if I was in 30. I missed out on that. Or what happens if I miss up, man, listen. Or, hey man, like, what happens like, bro, like what happens like if I take that trade and they take my 3 micros, which was like my 1/3 size straight to the TP?
You get a winning day.
You said what?
Said you get a winning day. I was just on 3 micros
Yeah.
on 281 on the Apexes, bro.
You
Winning days
get
pay
a
the bill,
winning
bro.
day and you would never lose. Listen to what I just told you. Not only will you get a winning day, if they take this 3 or 4 or 5 micros, 300 ticks to the TP every single time and don't give you an opportunity to scale into 2/3 size for a better for a better entry, you would never lose. Your win rate would be 100 percentile. You would be the best trader in the world, right? You would then get payouts every week and a half to 2 weeks on base hits, well, which you should be doing anyway. You would literally get max payouts every 2.5 weeks. There'd be nothing to stop you. And guess what? Your confidence would be soaring. Your confidence would soar. You would know exactly what you're looking at if that's the case. So why not do that? I'm confused.
Hey, E.
Yo.
I'm
There.
trying currently to link my a couple of my Apex evals that I just bought to TradingView. Do you know how to do that? Because I'm having a lot of trouble right now trying to get this shit to connect.
Can you screen share?
Sure can, dude.
Let's do it.
You should be able to go to the settings of them, and then like it says like trading view.
Go to
link and it-
tradeovate.com.
Yeah, you gotta go to Tradeovate.
No,
If you got them with Tradeovate though.
no.
No, I got him.
The reason
I
why
got him with Apex.
the reason why that's the case, bro, is because you're on NDQ. You need to be on NQ1. Type in NQ1.
Oh no. That happened just because I was hitting the down to talk.
Oh, okay. Go to NQ1.
Yeah, you
I wanna
gotta-
see what it's saying. Find NQ1. I want to see what it's saying. Or MNQ1. Either one. You're right there. Okay. You can't trade the symbol via trader.
Yeah, that's. See, every time I hit down, it fucking changes the thing.
Oh yeah, because you got the talk button going on. Okay, click that. Okay, go to tradeovate.com.
Yeah.
Go to your internet browser, go to tradeovate.com.
And then you gotta log in with those accounts, and then you should be able to like.
He's logged in. I can see he's logged into the. Straight of it right now. I can see it. He's logged in.
Yeah, I've got them connected. I'm sorry, I'm doing this shit on the other screen.
You know, do your thing.
Yeah, I've got it. Looks like I've got it connected, but like I've got this bullshit non-tradable symbol thing right here, which is really pissing me off.
Nah, it should be the syllable because you should be able to trade that.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, but I think I personally think that the disconnect is happening because there's something going on with TraderVate with his live market data. He needs to go to he needs to go to tradervate.com and then put his login credentials inside there, and then he needs to screen share that screen so that I can see that. That's what he needs to do, so that I can see it, so that I can walk him through all of the troubleshooting. There's something amiss with that.
Okay, I just logged in. Here's TradeVate.
Yeah, click Access Simulation. Access Simulation. This is your Apex accounts, obviously.
Yes.
Click the account where it says demo. Click that. Click the account where it says demo. No. You need to put your Apex login information there. That's what you need to do. You need to put the Apex login information there. Log out, and then
Gotcha.
put your Apex information there. That's not the Apex accounts. You logged in under some kind of demo. You need to log in under that Apex username. That same Apex account number that you put in over here, that's what you need to do. So you need to put that in. Dude, this was the easiest money of the day. I'm being so serious. Guys, but just because they give you a layup doesn't mean that it's just worth the risk. If you're guys, this is a perfect lesson on so many fronts. While I wait on Chris to pull this up. If you're at your profit target, don't trade that day. Just stop. Demo trade it. I just demo traded that just now. Now I know, man, you know what? I have even more confidence in trading a 200-point volume imbalance. I know what this means here. I know they're not trying to go higher. I know this. So I can short the parable asset up here at the top and then be out over here at the next imbalance to be safe. I know this. Understand that. Free money it was. You have to know where your stops are based on your trading model. Correct. Bro, but to me, this was no debate. To me, this is no 3 here. If they would have came up here, I would have did another 3. And I promise you, I would have just let this ride over here down here until oblivion. I'm being dead serious. I didn't even go break even on this because I wanted them to squeeze it up so that I could add more 1/3 size to then still target it. Because if they would have stopped me at a break even, I knew that would have been fake. So I'm not going to go break even on something with that high of conviction like that. Let me see. Something with that high of conviction, I'm not going to go break even on that. Why? Because I want the best entry. I want them to go against me. It's been a while since I said that. It's been a while since I said I want them to go against me. It's been a while. Usually when that happens, it always goes straight to the TP. Remember what I told you. Be on alert. Everybody needs to be thanking Matt and whomever it is talking about these volume balances over here inside this market, because that's just been the free money as of late. They've been letting you know where the market is going. And if you just take a base hit out of that in this environment, it's solid. To trade the volume balances, you can't short it the second it appears. That's not safe because they could go higher for another minute or two. You need to short it or long it whenever it's clear that they've stopped going in said direction. Understand that. I should have low-key whipped the TPT out for that one, but I got to wait for payout approval. That is correct. Best not to risk it. You did a great job, Colt. You did a great job of not risking that TPT. Let me see bro's screen. I would not have done that. It's not worth that. Okay, the Apex account's there. Go to click those 3 vertical lines over there above that. Yeah, click that, and then go to add-ons. just click activate order flow. Just do that. Click free indicators. Just everything that's free. Click that, and then click tick stream. Okay. Okay. Go to accounts again. Right there on settings. Okay, they're all there. Okay, click that X button up there at the top, right? Yeah, right there. Okay. You don't have.
I mean,
live
like,
market
I guess
data.
I don't mind if I have to get used to Trade
The
Evade, but I
market
was
data
really
is not
trying.
live. That's why. How long ago did you buy these accounts?
Like maybe an hour ago
The market data is not live. That's why.
for Apex,
Yeah.
because like I bought the market data and all that crap for TradingView.
Well, what it is you just sign. What it is you just sign those papers, and they have not given you access to live market data.
So
You
they gotta
see-
still activate the shit.
Correct. You see how your NQM is yellow? It's yellow because they see data is delayed. See? To get real-time data, please subscribe to you see? It's just gonna take a second in order for that to kick in. So you must have just signed or agreed to that information. So you bought the accounts maybe an hour ago, but when you logged in and then like when you did that information, you probably just signed that market data. You see how it says, you see that? Yep. You see, you're subscribed, but they haven't updated it yet in real time. So it's gonna take maybe like another hour or two or something like that. If it's still like that tomorrow, then that's a problem. But I don't think it's gonna be like that. They just need to update it. It could kick in at any given moment. So
Yeah,
you see how you're subscribed to the live market data, but you don't have live market data. That's why it's not showing you this option over here on TradingView. They want to go lower. So you must have just literally just signed that documentation just now. That's what's going on.
Well, because originally what I had gone to the Trade Evade and whatever, and a couple of times, and then I just did it now when I was trying to figure it out with you,
Right.
and it like a new form popped up and like for me to sign, and it was like,
Bang.
oh, okay,
Bang,
that's new.
right there. That right
So I
there,
gotta-
perfect. Give it about 30 to 45 minutes, you'll be good. 100%.
Sure.
Bang, perfect. Right there. Thank you so much, sir.
No, thank you.
Absolutely, we got you. Secure the bag, taking my money and running off on the plug. Dev says, how did you change your psychology on greed? That's my problem. I went on that huge spiel just now, not because I think that you misinterpreted it, but because I stopped expecting everything. I stopped expecting things around me to give me things. Like, I removed expectation. I removed that. I try, even then, no, I'm still not perfect. Because I'm still a human just like everybody else. Dude, if you think that I just walk around this world and I go, I don't expect my lights to be on today. I don't expect my money in my bank account to be there today that I earned. Everyone can just take my money. I'm going to just give everything to everybody. If you think that I'm walking around like that, you crazy as hell. You don't know me. I'm being dead serious. But I try my best to implement that in my mentality on a daily basis. I try my best to go, man, you know what? Bro, I'm up $500 today. Man, you know what? I'm going to just chill. I'm going to just do it the next day. Man, you know what? If I take this $400 right now, and if I take $400, guys, if I just do what I just did just now, do you understand that I only have to do what I just did just now, $400 just now, for 5 days? And I make 2,000 times 27. I make $54,000. Well, I can't withdraw all of that money. Max withdrawal is 2,000. Well, no, I can at Apex. $54,000. Trust me, you'll get on the back end. The biggest thing is not trying to grab everything right now at once. If If you go up on, if you try to grab everything in a heaping scoop right now, everything is going to fall through the cracks. That's why people with a scarcity mentality really can't get ahead. You want to know why? Because they're panicking and they're trying to grab everything and they're trying to get everything for nothing. Instead of sitting there, taking your time, grabbing things and putting things in the basket one by one, you trying to run through and you trying to fill up a cup of water by dumping a pool over the top. And you spilling all the water around instead of slowly pouring it in. One small drop fill up the bucket. That's going to be the case with most people. If you like some people, I promise you, I literally have students inside here that trade 10 or 15 minis on their Top Step account. I promise you they do. And they scalp 15 minis. How they're doing that, I have no idea. If that's you and you're successful doing that, then I applaud you. You're in the 1% of the 1% of the 1% of the 1 of the 1 of the 1 of the 1 of the 1%. Don't let me change your mentality. If you making $20,000, $30,000 a day doing that, which they are. But for the most part, you need to stop trying to fill up the bucket in one in one dump. You know how much water you're gonna waste? That's what changed my mentality. But that's the skeleton of it. The thing that jolted it into place, Trey, was this from Discord that's asking this question. Was my first mentor, Indian Josh. I could put him on right now. It's been like a year since I listened to that dude. It's Indian Josh. He asked this question to this one student to ask him that question, which he really doesn't look at the YouTube that much anymore. He asked this one very valuable question. He asked this dude, and he said, "How has it been working for you so far?" He forced an define existential. He forced, I just want to make sure I was saying it correctly. He forced an existential internal audit. An existential internal audit on that guy. And I was just listening to him because I couldn't afford to be inside his Discord. He raised the price to $1,000 a month. Discount to 500. And he said, "How's that been working for you so far? Are you rich doing that?" He said, "Are you rich doing that yet?" Well, but before he did, he asked me, he was like, "How long have you been doing this?" It's like, "Man, I've been trading for like 10, 12 years now." "Okay. Are you rich doing that yet?" And bro didn't respond. He was like, "No." "Okay. So stop doing that." Why continue to do? Why continue to do? As Indian Josh would say. And I looked and I was just listening to this passively over this live stream like how you're listening to my voice now. And I was like, bro, like that shit has not been serving me. And I've been going on this road and like, what the hell have I been doing? Why am I doing that still? I need to not do that no more. I had to be real with myself. Be on alert. That was the easiest money of this week. That was the easiest money of this week and I didn't even participate. There was nothing easier than this. They literally gave you the world on a silver platter right here. I have not seen something this easy money-wise in weeks. This was the easiest money of the entire week. 2 weeks, Stephen. Hell, in a month. I have not seen something this ridiculously easy to the short side, and God knows how long. Why not wait for better conditions? Well, that was free money, right? Stops are based on structure. Where's the stops? It dumped because of the 2-minute standalone alone zone. What if that trade had broken out north? They wasn't going to do that. They were trying to go lower. This is trying to go lower. I'm pairing that with intraday sell-side delivery. You want to know why? I'm pairing it with this. Look. See this? This is my backbone here that you're looking at right now, Uriah. See this? Market is still an intraday sell side, and as you can tell, any long spanning more than 60 to 90 minutes is getting roasted clearly. Until that shifts, you will have a hard time holding on to longs. I'm using this as my bare bones. And my mentor keeps telling me, don't long this, don't hold on to longs. My mentor is telling me verbatim inside here that I'm paying to be inside this Discord for, that everything to the long side is getting roasted. And he put it in all bold, every single one. And he's telling me I need to understand this. And he said yesterday, the day before yesterday too, don't be surprised if the dead cat bounces over and we start hunting serious sell side intraday again. He said that for the trade plan on 6-9. What happened on the 9th? What did he just say? Hold on, excuse me. What did he just say on the 9th? He said, don't be surprised if this is over, if this bounce here was over. And he said it's serious sell side. He said that, didn't he? So why am I going again? Why? Look. Why? Look at that. Look. My mentor said that, and they dumped the market 6th percentile in a straight line on the 9th. My problem in the beginning, I don't trade like Indian Josh. I don't trade like him. He's like a breakout trader and a momentum trader, which can be dangerous if you don't understand serious risk management. But one thing for sure, when he said something, I stopped doing the opposite of what the multimillionaire was doing. That was trading live every day and was not running from he was ducking no smoke. There's a reason why some of these people trade. There's a reason why they're trading live every day and making money every day doing this. It's because those core rules and those core fundamentals got them to that point. And if you do, and probably speaking, like if you do opposite of that, you're not going to get to that point. Stop and just think about what I just told you. If you do opposite of what probably is making that person a multimillionaire, if you do the opposite, you're probably not going to be a multimillionaire.
Hey, I got a question.
Yo, talk to me, brother. Look at that.
So since 11 o'clock, if you go back at 11 o'clock, wouldn't that be immediate structure on the way up, low highs, all the way until almost that volume imbalance?
This is correct. This, hold on. Let me understand what you're trying to ask me. You're trying to get me to identify immediate term market structure? Is that what you're trying to get me to do?
Yeah, that pull up since 11 o'clock. I mean, it kind of went low, high, for a while. Immediate. Wouldn't that be considered just immediate?
This is, to me, honestly speaking, this is still immediate sell side delivery program because from the open today, we made a new high, we shifted to immediate. We came here lower, and then when we took out this low, we shifted to immediate sell side delivery program model. And that includes where we displaced from over here because we just popped this low. So with that being said, anything up inside here to me is fake until we even remotely take out this high that we just displaced from less than an hour ago. That's just how I'm interpreting this, because this price action is still tied to this because this is still within like an hour or two. Now, I still get that we popped this high over here, So I can see how people can somewhat be confused, like, wouldn't this be immediate buy side? But you have to understand intraday sell side and understand that any long spanning more than 90 minutes or an hour is going to be roasted. So they're going to continuously keep on attacking sell side in this environment. So with that being said, it becomes a little bit more intricate. But to me, this is still attached to this because this is still like this between this high point and from when we popped this over here, this was nothing more than 2 hours. And honestly speaking, from when we took out this low to here was nothing more than damn an hour away. So all of this to me is connected. Like this isn't even half of a session. This is even like 1/3 of a session. This is just 2 hours. So this to me, from here to here is 2 hours. Like this, all of this is connected. So I'm looking at this high and this low here. This is somewhat of like an internal, but once they popped this, then they was like, hell no, we're not trying to go no higher. This intraday sell side is about to kick in again, and then that's what they did. They just slammed us through this floor. In order to hurt people continuously trying to long this. Does that answer your question? I hope that it does. If not, let's talk about it.
Yeah, it does. I just need to look at it more that way. What you just explained. I mean, I was just looking at immediate, like right now, since 11, I've been kind of looking at them like, okay, low, high, I mean, it looked like it was just going to continue doing that. And then I can't remember that guy that pointed out that volume imbalance. And then it just hasn't returned since on the SPX, I think it was. It just hasn't looked back since then.
That volume balance lit that match. So they probably could have kept doing this, God knows how long. But that volume balance right over there, that shit lit this match. And then also, one thing that lit the match as well was you're pairing that volume balance with this. Look at this, Mike. Look at this 3-minute LR, Mike. Look at this. Like, imagine like if they just kept doing what you were talking about here until 1 o'clock. Like, you would probably be licking your chops at this. Now, granted, these is huge candles. Like, that's a 500 tick 3-minute, 2.5 minute candle. But it's still LR. Like, you can still identify this. It's LR at a pop of a liquidity into a 3-minute SIBI. Like, this is not, like, to me, this is out of intraday sell side. To me, this is an easy layup. Like, I'm looking for every reason for them to go lower. In this current environment, you need to be looking for every reason on as to why they want to go lower. They have clearly showed you that this market is bearish. And they got a 1, 2, 3 tap trend line. Look. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at the riddle. 1, 2, I believe. 3, 4, I count out the door. Look at that. Like this was the easiest trade in the last 2 weeks. Like irrespective of any strategy. This has nothing to do with any ICT. This is just straight, just full-blown psychological trading and a trend line and them displacing from this zone, and you shorten it and you managing your risk with a clear liquidity or a drawn liquidity lower, and you just go break even. You just let that baby ride. That's crazy to me. Look at that. I didn't even see that trend line until just now. I did not even see that. I wish someone would have said that. I would have told you to hold. I didn't even see that until just now. It's just a pullback. Good hours? Oh, don't trade around this time. You can trade whenever. You need to trade the market structure. Look at that little limit. Where did you short it at? I shorted it here. And I was out here to be safe. 200 ticks. 60 is down. What's this? NQ futures. Haircut time. Been like 8 months. Better go get a haircut, Tano. Been 8 months since you got a haircut? What you been doing? Been wolfing? Tano? Do you think there's any more opportunities today? I have no idea what they're getting ready to show you. I had no idea that this was going to be such a layup until it happened. We need to be reading the price action at hand. We need to react, not to predict. Me looking you dead in your eyes and going, yeah, there's gonna be another opportunity here. That's me guessing. I have no idea. I don't expect this market to give me again. Tying back into everything. I don't expect this market to give me anything. If if the market is so gracious to give me something like this again, then why not? If the market is so gracious to give me something like this again, but I'm already green, you know what, sir? Thank you. I'm full. I'm full. I just left the man. You know what? I just ate a little bit. I'm good. Thank you so much. Please pass that on to the next individual. I'll take what I got going on over here. Instead of me gorging myself and me getting sick, and now I'm throwing up every single thing that I ate. And I'm throwing up for the next 2 or 3 days because I got food poisoning because I ate the wrong thing. And it mixed with something wrong in my belly. That's what most people go through. They try to eat until they're gorged. And then when they're gorged, then they throw up all of the food, and now they go, dang, I'm hungry again. Please just offer me that food that you offered me before. No, you already ate it. Do you have a mentor? Exactly. Please just offer me that same meal that you offered me like 3 or 4 minutes ago again. I promise you I only eat that. Boy, you already ate the food and you already ate the food and you puked it up. How am I going to offer you that food again? You should have thought about that before. This is a pool party right there. I make at least $300 to $500 every day, but lose it all, continue trading. It's like I can't stop. I can't look at an account on. I can't lock an account on Lucid. Yeah, that's it. Crazy. I can make $300 to $500 to continue to trade and lose it. I don't even make that at my job. Trey says. Bingo. You're here for the strategies as well, Trey. But you're here for the psychology. That's why you're here. That's why you're here, sir. Proud of you. It takes a lot to admit. That's why you're here, Trey. Sure, help me. I promise you we can help you with that. Promise you we can.
I'm just getting too caught up in the immediate, the immediate price action. I'm getting too caught up in. I see that, I don't know, for example, you can go back to 1233. You see that big push up, and I get too caught up in that moment, like, oh, okay, we are going to go up, and then immediate reverses.
Correct. So your bias still needs to be understood on the intraday. If we're bearish on an intraday basis, unless, hold on, let me say this because I want to give you the right advice here. Let me think about what I got to say in a minute. Yeah, I think I need to quit while I'm ahead. I've already hit the minimum profit goal I give myself on all new funders, like you telling me, made 2. Why the hell do I need to make more? Good, you're done for the jaywalk. Honestly, it's been my problem for the last 3 to 4 months, which is why I got no payout. Think of it this way. Even if you make $250 minimum requirement, Apex tells you that's 2 bands in 16 days. Take that 2K and buy 20 more accounts in another 16 days, 40K, correct. Why is my live restricted?
And what the other fella just said meant a lot too. Up 500, walk away. I mean, that's my problem too. I was like, you go back to the charts, you're like, oh, I'm getting back in, then lose your 500.
Yes, exactly. Like, that's why I give that story about going into work. Like, if your boss if any one of your bosses just walked up to you and was like, hey, you've been here for 1 hour. Here is $500. Just even on one account, just one job. Let alone you on a 10 account multiplier. So like, imagine like he was like, hey, you sent out 10 emails. I'm gonna give you $500 for each email you sent out. Can you imagine you looking him dead in his face and going, hey, bro, listen. One, And he said, hey, but like if you accept this and if you keep working, like if you send out any more emails, I might take all of the money back from you. Or I might fire you because you know I really don't like you like that. Imagine you looking him dead in his face and putting the money in your hand and slapping his hand away and going, take that with you, sir. I'm going to stay here and I'm going to work. But Thomas, I'm making this up, or Sally, he tells you, your boss, but you do know there's a chance where I can fire you, right? If you stay here any longer. You go, I don't care about that.
You want to know what I'm really thinking, E, and you can change it or help me change it, is I want to stay in trades on the, let's just say today I do hop back in. I'm already thinking about tomorrow, even if it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm thinking I got to make my money now because tomorrow I might not make it. And that's my mentality, as like, I'll hop back in, let's say 15 times a day. I'm like, well, I got to get back in. I mean, tomorrow might not be a good day,
Right.
I'm thinking about tomorrow already or whatever,
Right. That's why I try to tie everything together. One good trade. I'm going to focus on this one good trade. And if this one good trade is good, and if I am getting closer to my overall objective, I know for a fact tomorrow is going to come. That's where you have to have confidence in your edge and in your strategy. Because you need to have confidence to go, well, if they give this to me tomorrow, then I will take it. If they don't give it to me tomorrow, then guess what? Then I just won't take it. Then it'll probably come the next day. And what's the chances that they don't show you something that you've back tested within like a day or two? I mean, like up or down. That's why that's why we tie it all together. And I say, your strategy needs to be impervious if it goes up or down, because the market doesn't care if it goes up or down. I don't care up or down. I don't care. That's why my trading stock can be paired with anything, because you don't see me waking up and going, well, I think they're going to be bullish today. So guys, our strategy tells us to go long today. Well, I'm not care about that. I'm reading what they're doing in real time and I'm trying to participate. So if they can't show me something that I can reasonably accept that day, then I will shake the market's hand. I go, man, you know what? Today just clearly not my day to trade. Let's come back tomorrow. Today was a good day. I am actively taking a position by not actively taking a position. So I will resume tomorrow. So that needs to be one of the things that I would probably say that you need to begin to incorporate, Mike. Like, hey, okay, well, I just made this money today. If it's there tomorrow, then I'll take it. Great. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. If not, then okay. Well, if not on Tuesday, well, then on Wednesday. And I still got my account. I mean, it's still here. I mean, I'm not trying to get rich immediately. I will be rich in a short period of time if I do this. If I stick to these rules, I will do that. That's one of the things that I would specifically do. Your long story short, your loyalty and your unwavering commitment to your risk management and to your rules needs to cement you in place. If you've been married to your wife for 15 years, 20 years, the first bimbo that walks down the street and says, hey, $50 for half an hour, fun with me, I'll give you $50. Dude, are you going to sit here? Dude, if you sit there and if your wife is walking with you and you have hell, she's walking with you and you look that woman dead in her eyes and you run off on the plug with your wife there and you unhand her and you slap her hand away and you go, oh, hell, F this. Dude, you deserve to get all your money taken away. I'm being dead serious. You don't deserve no family. I'm being for real with you because you don't understand risk management. Risk management comes in life too. Like, if I do this, there's a chance that that this could happen to me. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe that's not advised. And in the opposite direction as well. Like, if I go 200 miles an hour down this road and I get into a car accident, I might not survive. Maybe I shouldn't do that.
E,
Talk to me.
what day you think is going to be harder to trade, today or tomorrow with SpaceX dropping?
Oh nah, that ain't really gonna affect nothing too much for real.
You don't think?
Yeah, nah. Yeah, nah, because even if they IPO at $1 trillion, they don't have the same gravitational pull that they don't have the same gravitational pull that Meta, Microsoft, Nvidia, Apple, Google, Amazon, or they might be like right around that Netflix or like AMD, but it's not gonna be anything crazy. I'm being serious. Like they're gonna have the same gravitational pull that maybe Netflix or AMD has. It's not gonna be insane. Like I wouldn't shift everything that I have going on for that. I wouldn't do that. Off the 60, best long of the day. Where I trade up to 60 for intraday. It's the highest probability trades knowing where you're going in a higher time frame. You think that right now is the best long of the day? You think so? I'm being serious. I did that today, Brett says. Yeah, well, if you don't care, I mean, like, I'm not saying that you should be punished or that you should live your life in fear. If you don't care about the consequences or about what could potentially come from that, then who cares? Or if your wife was with it, then also who cares? You're not playing by the same rules. P. Diddy. Excuse me, player. I'm being for real. Don't let us peasants burden you with our rules and limitations. Excuse us. Play by, not playboy, play by. As they say now. How they used to say 20 years ago. Play by. I mean, in the 2000s, play by. Excuse us, playboy. Hugh Hefner. Bro, living life with no consequences. I'm being for real. Who cares? You can do whatever you want to do. Doesn't stop you. Be on alert. What? Breaking, man arrested for stealing $229 million from the San Antonio Spurs. Yeah. What's his name? AB tweeted. What's his name? Dude, he used to play for the Steelers. What's his name? Oh, Antonio Brown tweeted up. They on his ass. Yo, this photo right here is hilarious, though. I'm not gonna lie, that's funny. That's funny. They put his mug shut up. He didn't steal that money. What? That New York Knicks game was insane to watch. You need to be on alert. Told you. Good trade. Good trade. That's a solid base hit. Timestamp 125. I think that they're going to be goofing around for the rest of this day. That's what my brain telling me. My brain telling me I should. Oh yeah. What was I talking about with Mike? I was answering Mike's question or something. Got lost my train of thought there. This market is an immediate sell side delivery program model, immediate sell side, and intraday sell side. The only thing bullish is multi-day. We are in multi-day buy side delivery program model still. But this market is bearish across all fronts. To further elaborate on Mike's point that I was making earlier, in order to help yourself with this, in order to not get faked out on moves like this, right? You need to understand the overall objective. You need to identify whether or not they're where. You need to identify whether or not they're wearing intraday sell side delivery program model. That's what you need to do.
SPX gap again.
Look at that. It's best to be on alert as of now. This trade right here is a little bit more dangerous because it's over here at the bottom of a move. This is a little bit more dangerous because at the bottom of a move, it's probably best to wait for them to pop this high and then start rolling this over. We're living in a negative HVL environment, so they can liquidation squeezes and then come low. You need to watch this right over here. I don't think that they leave this unrepaired again. But you don't catch a upward shooting knife. That's what the rule book says. Be on alert. Watch them come back for this watch. Be on alert. They're not going to leave this unrepaired like this. They're going to dump this towards the zone at some point in time. Watch out. How they go about doing this is important. If you short this right now, this is a negative risk to reward. Understand what I just told you. Why so? Because if you press that short button just now, in order to try to make 1/3%, they could very well pop this high 1/9% away. That's a negative 3 to 9 risk to reward. That's a negative 3R. And so like you would lose on a negative 3R in order to try and make this little bit of money here. That's not worth it. They need to come up here inside this zone, start goofing around, then you short it towards it. That's how you play this. Understand what I just told you. Please understand what I just told you. No, I'm going back. Understand what I just told you. I'm not going to ask you to please. Because this market's not going to be nice to you if you lose. It doesn't care if you learn or not. This market don't care if you win, lose, or not. It does not care. I'm being dead serious. It does not. Shorting over here at the bottom is ill-advised. I don't care. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if they give me a 200 on the SPX at that bottom there. I'm not going to short inside the hole. Your rules stop you from doing foolish things. Your rules and your trading strategy determines if you get to participate or not. But you need to see and analyze how you can participate. Your strategy lets you know how. You need to make the decision on if you should through your risk management protocols. Otherwise, holy shit! Look at that candle. That right there is exactly what the fuck I'm talking about right there. What the hell was that? Who the hell says something? Trump says something. Stop. Be on alert. Do nothing. Look at that God body candle. May He help us to salvation. What was?
Man, I was about to press that button on the top of that 15. Good thing I didn't.
Thank God that you were listening to this live stream just now. Uriah is a wizard. He is. Who is Uriah? It's best to be on alert for that guy. Do you understand that was a 0.5% move up in one? This is not normal. Stop. Check the wire. It's about to hit. Stop. Holy fuck. I just made 2 bands. Let's go. Stop. Do nothing. Spy just shot up there and filled that gap. You see how these candles are moving? Look. Stop. He's talking right now. Listen. My wire's tripping. Stop. Stop. Look. Look. It's glitching out. Look.
Yo, I can't even close my order.
Look at that. Look. It's glitching. Look. It's glitching. Look. Look. Holy shit. Look. Oh, you're fucking kidding me. Oh, fuck. We're done. We're goddamn done. We're goddamn done. I told you it was Trump. I I I told you, didn't I? If I can tell from the behavior pattern of the market, stop. Do not short, do nothing. I'll read for you. Stop. He canceled the attack.
2,000 ticks.
He canceled the attack. Stop. He canceled the attack. Stop it. He canceled the attack. Stop. He just said no more attack. That right there is like what I'm talking about. While you wait for confirmation. Imagine you trying to short that shit. Your account will be gone. This right here is exactly what I'm talking about. And that's why you need to reduce your market exposure, because you don't know what's going to happen in this environment. Imagine if I was sitting there goofing around with my profits right just now. Trying to short that, trying to stuff my gullet to the max. I would have threw up all of the food and probably died of food poisoning. He just canceled the attack. Be on alert. That's what you need to do. Stop. I'm getting ready to read it right now. We'll read together. Trump says, based on the fact that discussions with the Islamic Republic of Iran have been brought to the highest level of Iranian leadership and approved, I have, as President of the United States of America, canceled the scheduled strikes and bombings against Iran this evening. Discussions at the final points have been, in both concept and great detail, approved by all parties involved, including the United States, Israel, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Turkey, Pakistan, Bahrain, Kuwait, Jordan, Egypt, and others. The naval blockade will remain in full force and in effect until this transaction is finalized. Time and place of the signing to be announced shortly. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America. His social media secretary sends out. He didn't type that. Liquidation squeeze in a straight line non-stop. 2,000 ticks in 90 seconds. They do. Everything switch up. They wouldn't even let you close out the position if you were long. Why? Because of no liquidity. They couldn't even fill the orders. Did you just see that guy buy the candle fight, bought another one, another one, another one? Do you understand what they just did, boy? You're not paying attention to what these people just did. Bullish now market is. This is immediate term bullish. I would not short this.
It's dangerous, but they have a 350-point imbalance on SPX at the top.
Oh, nah. They're going to take this high out. That's nothing. They're going to squeeze this. That's nothing. This is nothing. They're going to eclipse this high for sure in the SPX. Yeah, nah. I can tell you that. This market still hasn't really priced in that news information just now. That's why this market reacts like this. Markets are always forward looking. They're always trying to price in something. So, oh, by the way, I'm going to delete this because that's false. They're not going to come back for that. That's dead. That's dead. They're not coming back to that. That's over with, cooked. They're not going no lower for that. That's cooked. So we can kiss that idea goodbye today. They don't want to go no lower. They don't want to go no lower. They want to go higher. Did you call Trump? I did. I just gave him a call just now. Hold on real quick. Let me call him right now. You're right. Did you call Trump? Bro, I sold loans right before that for an L. But you had no idea that it was going to do that. Bro, you had no idea he was going to send that tweet out. What the fuck, dude? Because the Iranian regime has the whole country in a chokehold. I don't think Trump want to hurt innocent. He don't care about that. He say he do, but he don't care about that. He don't care about none of that.
Could you imagine going short and not having a stop loss in place?
You would lose everything. Or that daily loss limit. That's why I told everybody today, I said daily loss limit today. Daily loss limit I recommend in the current environment. Because you can't react to this before your account blows. That daily, if you shorted this on 3 micros right over here, even right here at the top of this move before that candle came, you were done. 2,000 ticks on 3 micros is you were done on you were done on 3 micros. Your account was blown on 3 micros. You would lose. You would lose here. Everything would be done on 3 micros. Hell, even on 2. You would blow a 50K account on 2 micros. I'm still in. You're still in at the top of a 2,000 point liquidation squeeze? That's what you are? What are you trying to get out of that? I'm serious. What, 4,000 ticks? Like, runner. Oh, okay, good. Wait, but still though, like, still, excuse me. No, I was getting ready to ignore that. I was getting ready to say, okay, good. But no, I actually take that back. What are you trying to get out of your runners? 4,000 ticks? What do you reasonably think that you're going to get out of that runner for the rest of this day? What? You want to go 30,000 by the end of the day? What? Yeah. My 2 micro runner, I want to go 4% today. 4% move good enough for me. 90 minutes left in this day. What's another 2,000 ticks to the upside? Like, is that what your brain's telling you to do? Oh, well, I'm trailing tight. Okay, good. But still though, like, hold on, stop. No, like, hold on, I take that back. Okay, you stopped that. Okay, good. I'll stop talking now. Yeah. Dude, QQQ went from 698 to 712 in 6 minutes. And you was like, I'm gonna trail this runner. That right there is exactly what I'm talking about. That right there is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm a trip. Now look, you trailed it solid good. You got stopped out, but still though. Like, what? You wanted to go from 698 to 720 today? It's on ATME. Okay, good. You're right. Okay, good. You my guy, Uriah. Guys, Uriah's my guy. I'm just teasing. Give him a hard time a little bit, but just trying to get him to think. What was the tweet? Oh, Trump is postponing attacks, and they're about to sign peace documentation. It appears. Market instantaneously reverse in opposite direction. There's nothing that you can do in that environment. There's nothing you can do with that. What the Grant said? I just woke up to Green Lantern. Yo, that is crazy. Trump wasn't trying to strike them down for real. Nah, he would have, but it's miraculous. It's miraculous what happens. Like, hold on, I'm starting to draw some conclusions here. It's miraculous what happens whenever, you know what? Having somebody who's crazy and unhinged might actually be beneficial slightly. I'm starting to think that. Like, you might actually start to get some shit done. Because every single time that he comes out and he's like, hey, this is it. You're done. I'm no longer playing. Like, people actually like yield and like give him like what he wants or like what he was originally trying to get in the first place. Like, something is amiss with that. He was not trying to take over Greenland. He was just trying to get more access to the military bases in order to spy on Russia, in order to put like more distance between the two. But then like he was like, no, we're gonna take over Greenland, and then like they just yielded and they were like, yeah, okay, we'll give you this. And now with this situation, God knows what else he was doing that with. Now they want to randomly have peace deals. But they wasn't talking peace for the last month and a half for real. Now they want to sign the documentation, it appears. When he said, yo, okay, tonight the bombing start. Now they want to sign deals. I don't know, but I can't even verify that. I'm be honest with you, I don't trust them. Because the current environment that we're living in, the current regime, Iran will come out and Iran will say any minute now, because it's probably gonna take a few minutes to hit the wire. They could come out and be like, hold on, who said that? We will never yield. And then we'll go back down again. I could just be stall tactics. We don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, we're just out here just surviving. So we need to take base hits and be out so this doesn't happen to us. Trump be lying. Yeah, correct. Nah, he's a liar. But he has to lie. He has to. You do know that, right? Like, you do know that he has to lie, right? Like, he can't just tell you the truth. Bro, I need help. What do you need help with, CJ? They're not going to attack on World Cup opening day, would they? Shh. This World Cup is over here in Atlanta, and my crib is literally overlooking it. Like, you can see the stadium from my house. I could almost spit on it. And they might do some weird shit and send a bomb over here. So I don't trust them because the World Cup is over here, and they might do some weird shit. So if you see a big-ass boom followed by some static, and you see a staticky screen come about, and you hear me moaning in the background, and the camera go off and the camera shut off, just know I try my best on them free mentorships. All right? So as my last dying wish, just know I try my best. All right? To help everybody. So when they play that weird ass "In the Arms of the Angel" song, and they got a mugshot of me with wings on the back, R.I.P. to NQ Insider, and they play that sad ass "In the Arms of the Angels, fly away from here," weird ass song, please just know. You know what I'm talking about too with that weird song. I tried my best to provide this service for you in a tumultuous environment. R.I.P. to the NQ Insider. Oh, well, you funny. I said, yeah. It's my newswire. You cool with me, man. I think you be good. I think you were getting so right. They're not going to attack on World Cup opening. I'm in LA. If I don't come on Discord in the next 3 days, I'm on alert. Right. We'll be looking out for you. Trump finna say the war back on in an hour. He could say anything, bro. Like, I'm being dead serious. Like, but what you don't do is that you don't guess. You don't guess and short this. They're going to go higher. They want to go higher. This market up 2.5% instantaneously. Do you understand that the market was red today? The only reason why they turned this red was because gas filled Thursday. This is bullish across the board, not bearish. I believe this now. I don't believe they want to go lower. Imagine if you were on an alert service and you put a limit order here. Stop it. Hold on, stop. Imagine if you put a limit order there, bro. Now do y'all see why I don't do limit orders? Like, imagine like if you just put like a limit order here. Who's to tell you that they care about limit orders? Who's to tell you that? They don't give a damn about no limit orders. Boy, they will blast straight through your limit order even on no news. This is bullish off the chain. What's the name of the song? It's called, just look up "In the Arms of the Angel." Go on Google and type in "In the Arms of the Angel's" lyrics. They always play that with some weird, sad song. They used to play with the Humane Society, with the Animal Service Humane Society. They would always have like a dog with fly going up his nose or something like that. Or the dog would be emaciated or something with mange. And then they say, they would do that, and then they would play it, and then they would shuffle that back, because I used to watch TV all the time, but now I watch zero TV. I don't even have cable at my house. That was also another thing I got rid of. Like, dude, once I really realized that, like, you know what? Now that I think about it, I just started doing what rich people do. Rich people don't watch TV. Like, rich people, people that really get money, these people are not just sitting around just watching countless hours of television. So like I just got rid of cable. I just stopped doing that. But anyway, like I said, like they used to do that, and then like they used to just, but like so this is when I was younger, like when I was like 12 or 11 years old, they used to play this, and like they used to have like, you know, the super dark skinned kids like my skin color, you know, like the little babies with the, you know what I'm saying, from Africa, clearly from a village in Africa, with the big swollen bellies, because they're suffering from malnutrition with the big swollen bellies, and they got like, you know, and the only, you know, and the only thing covering their private parts is like a tree vine. And the
Is that a
child
perfect double top on NQ?
is a damn whoa, no, is a damn tree vine.
No, further back, further back.
Where?
On NQ, up right there.
Oh my goodness. Whoa. What is that? High at 302.25. Oh no, missed it by the tick. Relatively equal. Oh my goodness, that is so close. Well, yeah.
No, it's not 302.25. It's 302. I thought. Oh, I'm on MNQ.
Gotta be on NQ.
MNQ.
Gotta be on NQ. 100%. Yeah, I used to play that weird sad ass song, and then go for $1.25 a day. You can be the leading cause to then help save the puppies that are starving in the streets. Call in now and donate your life savings to these people and to the poor animals. You starve in order to help out the animals that are emaciated and that no longer have a home. Call now and subscribe. If you're really a fan, and for every $1,000 that you give, we'll send you a $2.99 token of appreciation, a sticker that can go on the back of your car. I'm drooling on myself because I'm laughing so hard. Shit. I literally lost control of my bowels. I was drooling on myself. Holy shit. I lost control of my bodily functions. Shit. Cause I just my first time thinking about that stupid commercial like 15 years.
Oh, dude, you was into it faithfully too, boy.
That's what they said. Like, and they almost convinced me back then. Because I was seeing it so much. I just stopped laughing because they almost convinced me.
I almost signed up with you. I almost sent you my life savings.
Exactly. Bowels is lower region, right? Yes. Yes, I lost control of that too. I sharded myself with a D. So excuse me. Yeah, I'm about to go clean up. I'm about to cut this live show right now to go clean up. So yes, you are correct as well. You are not incorrect. That I was laughing. I was crying laughing. But then it wiped the smile off my face whenever I realized how foolish I was back in the day. I can't laugh at my own stupidity. They got me. They almost got me back in the day. As a matter of fact, I think I called in and I actually gave some money to those people one time. I got tired of seeing that commercial. And the sad thing about it is that those people don't even see none of the money. They might see like 5% of that money. Scammers. So it's not funny. Those people might see 5% of that damn money. Every $1,000 that you send those people, those children in Africa might get $2. $5 they might get. Crazy scammers, man. Raking in the door. Be on alert. I don't think it'll break this daily controlling high. I think they're ready to go lower for real. I think they're done going higher, and I think that was fake. Charity is somehow more profitable than other real major businesses too. Yeah. Those are the real money launderers. They about to go lower, and they about to take this shit to 29,127. That's what they about to do, bearish. They want to go lower, and they want to tap into the 15-minute biscuit for fuel to then go higher. They want to blow your account. They want to see if you want to keep testing them and keep trading this in this environment. They're going to put E on a shirt, exactly. I tell my dogs, they keep acting up, they're going to be in that commercial. Brett says, That's funny. That dog probably looking at you confused, like, what is this dude talking about? They're about to dump this and they're about to come down into the zone here. They want to sweep this low. Look at that candle. They want to come over here and sweep this low and take out 73.52 to the downside and sweep this internal that we displaced from. Then they'll consider going higher. They're not going to go no higher until they sweep this low. Don't believe anything until they come over and sweep this low. This is bearish, not bullish. When they sweep this low, then they'll flip it back to bullish. Immediate term. Don't short this if they sweep this low. I'm trying to tell you now. They're testing you. They're going to squeeze us through this floor and then they're going to bounce. You've been warned. I don't think it'll break this daily control. Already read that. That's correct. It's a hit the ceiling. I mean, they got less stress than us looking at these candles here. They just took out that low. I made 100K on the demo, but $100 on the eval. That's a problem. That tells me right there that you're not practicing like how you would in the game. So that's completely null and void and that's completely irrelevant. That tells me right there. And that right there is exactly why you only making $100 on the eval. Why? Because you would never be inside of a trade and make $100,000 on an eval or on a funded account. You would never do that. Wow. He said that the Iranian deal is near completion. He just told Fox News that. Just now, 32 seconds ago. Oh, I'm sorry. He told the New York City reporter that, not Fox. Excuse me. Wow. It's best that we walk away for the rest of this day and not test them. But they're going to squeeze us higher. They're going to eclipse that high today. This market is bullish whenever we took out this internal over here and they want to go higher again. They don't want to go no lower. They reset the market and now they want to bounce to go higher. They took out this, guys, now is a time where you need to be understanding immediate term market structure. They shot this up like this and did this. When they did this, they just reset this market in order for them to do this. Immediate term now. Understand what I just told you. This market is bullish off this chain, boy. Don't test them. They want to go higher. I can let it sit for hours and it will hit my TP. If I did that on eval, it's blown. Yep. Because you're not trading the same strategy. That's why. Or you're too overly sized. That's why. When you get to the point to where you trade like how you are on demo, like how you are on a funded account or a real account, that's when I know that you're a serious trader. That's how I know. If you keep telling me, hey bro, I just made $287,000 just now on this demo account, man. I've had numerous students say that. Like this one student sent me a message like, hey bro, I'm up $350,000 right now on this demo account. What you think? Can you grade this for me? Dude, my brain automatically shuts off. I go, why are you doing that for? Why are you in 70 or 80 minis for? And just letting it ride like that. Why are you doing that? But yet you spending $9 to buy a $2,500 Apex account, which they don't have, but a $2,500 funded account that has $150 in drawdown before you blow up the account. And you scared to hold on to trades with that. Why are you doing that? Don't make no sense. If the demo has way more room, then you need to trade the demo like the account that doesn't have the room. Because the account that you trade is not going to change. Brother. I'm being dead serious. Apex or Top Step, whatever it is that you're trading with, that firm, they're not going to bend the rules and be like, let's change the rules right now for Nugget Rocket. So Nugget Rocket from TikTok can trade like how he does on the demo, and he can make $100,000 off us in one day. Hell, why even stop there? Why not just remove the consistency rule altogether and just allow him to withdraw $100,000 from his eval? Shit, skip that process. We'll change all the rules for him. They're not gonna do that. So if that's the case, then why do you keep doing that? You have to change. Call pullback to go longer. You're right. I think they're about to squeeze this past the zone. I think this is bullish. And I don't think that we should be short this. That's what my brain telling me. My brain also telling me that it's not smart to long the top of a liquidation squeeze 2,200 ticks, 2,500 ticks in 6 minutes. That's also something that my brain's telling me as well. Like, that may not be the smartest idea. So because of that, I probably think it's best you walk away for this day and you don't risk your profits. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. That right there is exactly what I'm talking about. You exercise that discipline. I'm so glad I quit trading the fundeds. I was only on the eval when that BS came out, and double glad that I forgot to turn the copy trader on with the other evals, because just turn a $300 a day on the account to negative 300. You got lucky on that one. You did not be goofing around no more. You almost made that, bro, dude, you almost made that mistake 2 days in a row. You know that, right? You know that, right, J-Walk? Because yesterday you was up and you was like, man, I'm not going to trade no more. I'm good. And then you entered another trade on that funded, and then Trump came out with that news again. But it happened the opposite direction. That's what happened. And then today he just said the opposite thing today, and then they squeezed it. Whereas he said this and it did it in the opposite direction yesterday. And so you almost got burned twice in 2 days in a row, goofing around and overstaying your welcome. Are you learning that lesson? But it was an eval, so I'll give you grace with that. You did learn your lesson and stop goofing around the funded. So, $20, $25 on the eval, I'll give you some slack with that. But still. So just ignore what I just said. Good evening, my man. What's up, brother? How you doing? How's things going? How are you? I'm thinking if this 15-minute candle closes below the 200 on the SPY, we might go lower. 200 what? Day EMA? Is that what you're going off of? You going off a 200-day EMA or a 200-day SMA? Something that happened 200 days ago? When Truth Social fingers, well, not him, when his secretary is sending out geopolitical war tension news minute by minute and reversing the market 2,500 ticks in the opposite direction instantaneously. I don't think they got to do anything. I think that this is untradeable, and I don't think that we should be traded. I have no idea what they're getting ready to do. I'm gonna be honest, Spooky. I don't think that we know what these people getting ready to do. I'm damn sure not going off on a 200-day EMA from something that happened 200 days ago. I'm not doing that. Trying to base that off of the price action right now. See these candles? They was getting ready to dump this market until he said that. You have no idea? No, no one knows. No one truly knows. Because they was getting ready to dump this market until Trump came out with that news and said, yeah, we're getting ready to sign a deal. Then they shot it up 2,500 ticks. And they was getting ready to pump this market yesterday until Trump said, we're getting ready to bomb them. That was just yesterday he said that, by the way. He said no more games. And then the market shit the bed 900 ticks in 75 seconds. And then today he came out and he said, peace deal on the horizon. Getting ready to sign. and then this happened. So we have no idea what's going to happen up or down right now. We are living in an insane environment. It's kind of what we talked about like yesterday, exactly. What we need to be doing is we need to react. We need to see the price action and trade the price action and be out and no more trading on the important accounts. And go on about our business. He said he was going to bomb this morning. Exactly. Oh yeah, that ties to my point. He's lying to you. He has to lie to you. You are like the children in the relationship. He cannot tell you the truth across the board. He needs to feed information to you. Why? Because most of y'all won't know how to handle or process it. Why? Because y'all will mess everything up. That's why he got to do it. That's why he's doing that. It's just like having a child. You have to lie to the child for the child's own good. You have to do that. You cannot tell the truth all the time in positions of power. You cannot do that. Well, one, people would mess things up, but that's besides the point. But two, yeah, primarily they're gonna mess it up. But two, you won't get nothing accomplished for real. And it's gonna cause you more issues than what it's worth. Why would that dude tell you the truth? That's why I don't believe nothing that he says. And it's not that I dislike him or I like him. It's just I just believe nothing that he says to me. And and more importantly, I don't care. I don't believe nothing that they tell me. I don't like right now. They said they're close to a deal. I don't believe that. I promise you. Call me weird. I don't believe it. I seriously think that like a day from now they're going to be like, bombings are back on, and or Iran's going to say, who said that? No deal, and then we'll just go back lower again. I think they're playing around in our face. They've been doing this for the last month. Are you awake, or are you still sleeping? I personally think that these people think that we're cannon fodder. That's what I think in my brain. You need to look up. You look up what that term is. This is only my second time saying this ever since I started live streaming. You need to look up what the term cannon fodder is. Back in the day, warriors used to be cannon fodder. They used to send you out onto the front lines, and then the soldiers in the front used to be shot down to then make room for the soldiers that can really get shit done. The most unskilled people get unalived first in the beginning. They're called cannon fodder. They're called sacrifices. That's what I think these people think that we are. So they're just goofing around inside our face. So they're not going to tell us the true plan. Why? Because if you told the people in the front the true plan, that their entire life boils down to this moment of self-sacrifice, no one will run out on the front lines. So they have to lie to you and give you some weird-ass make-believe story. That's what I think these people think of us, dude. I'm being dead serious. All of the politicians, they're all crooked. They don't got our best interests in mind. I need to have my best interests in mind. And what I need to be doing is I need to be putting my money where they're putting their money at. That's what I need to be doing. If you got $15 inside your checking account right now because you just got done paying all your bills, and your 6 or 7-year-old daughter walks up to you and goes, "Hey, I'm hungry, Daddy. Daddy, can we go to the sushi restaurant to get something to eat?" And it's the first, and you just got done paying all your bills. You're not gonna be like, "Babe, no. I'm on the edge of getting fired. I just got done paying all of the bills. I just got done paying $2,000 a month for our mortgage that I'm 2 months behind on. I gotta send your mom $20 in order to put gas inside her tank so that she can get back from work. So you know what? We gotta go home. We gotta have leftovers again for the next 2 or 3 days." You're not gonna say that. If you do, I'm gonna look at you like you're a psychopath. You're gonna be like, well, honey, maybe next time. If you stay inside, and like if we eat this food, next time, I got you next time, I promise. Or something along those lines. And she's gonna look at you, she's gonna be like, okay, daddy. And then she's not gonna think anything of it. That's what they do to us. So they can't tell us the truth. Because if you told her the truth, she would probably start crying and she wouldn't even be able to understand it. It would cause you more issues than what it's worth. So you lie to her and you tell her everything's fine, and then you tell her that, you know what? We can go have a fun time and we can make sandwiches at the house or have a TV dinner, which is, the TV dinners. The food that comes inside them, you heat up inside the microwave. Those. Knowing damn well you wish you could be eating lobster and filet mignon if you had the chance, if you had the choice. They have to lie to you. They want to dump, not go higher. Don't long this and don't short this. This is geopolitical war tension news, price discovery. Market is trying to balance out. Yep, also called infantry. Exactly. Uriah says that is correct. If they told you the truth, you wouldn't do it. So they keep dangling the carrot in front of your face. If they told you that your entire life surmounted to you paying 60% of your income to the government with damn near no financial reward and no freedom, and you're a wage slave, you wouldn't do it anymore. You wouldn't feed into the system. You stop. They're lying to you. Well, they're not going to tell you that. They're never going to be honest with you. How they do that is that they keep you distracted. That's how they do that. Understand what I just told you? You forget about everything that you're going through in life because of the distraction that they're feeding you on a daily basis. It keeps you confused, and it keeps you, and it doesn't allow you to focus on the real danger and who the real enemy is. Understand what I just told you now. Understand what I just told you now. That's what's going on. They're not allowing you to focus on the real enemy at hand. The real enemy at hand is the one hiding behind the bushes that you can't see, that they're distracting you from. That 800-pound Siberian tiger or Serbian tiger that's sitting over there in them bushes lurking, that's watching you is the real danger. They want to distract you. So they throw entertainment down our, so you know what they do? They throw sports and entertainment down our throats. They cause division. Fake mini race wars. News and media. Republicans, Democrats. Carmelo Anthony trial. Ahmaud Arbery trial. What else? The I Can't Breathe guy with the who forget his name. Eric Gardner.
George Floyd.
George Floyd, yeah, that's him. George Floyd and them. They confuse you and get you arguing with random strangers online, knowing damn well you should be looking at these charts and studying up. Or working on a skill or a trade set. Why? Because why? Because you only get 24 hours in a day. If you arguing with a stranger for 2 or 3 hours a day, they took up all of your time. You have no other time to devote to anything else. Why? Because hopefully you're working 8 hours a day. You're doing something productive, hopefully. And then you probably got to drive and commute an hour or two of that a day. So there's 10 hours devoted to work right there, even though you're on the clock for 8. That's 10 hours right there. Got to get 8 hours of sleep. That's 18 hours of your 24 going right there. You probably got to decompress for about at least 60 minutes when you get home. That's 19 hours right there of the 24. I mean, you have to cook and probably eat food like you're not going out and eating every single day. So cooking and preparation and then putting the food up, because hopefully your house is in a slob fest. That probably takes about, like, let's just say an hour before, hour after. That's 2 hours. You're up to 21 hours right there. I mean, you got to shower that day and get ready, skincare routine if you're a woman, whatever the case may be. Like, so, like, let's just say conservatively, that's an hour right there.
Yeah, I got a question for you.
Up to 22 hours. Now you only got 2 hours, and you spend your last 2 hours of the day arguing with strangers online about Ahmaud Arbery or whoever it is that they got going on. Talk to me.
So I haven't retested the Trading View or whatever, but I have been trading on Trade-Evate's platform. Absolutely hate it. Anyway.
No, I don't like the platform. That's bad.
I absolutely despise it. But either way, is there anything specific that I need to do with Apex that are new to me? Because off of that fucking rip candle, I have 5 accounts that are above the $53,000 or the $3,000 mark, but they're also above by like $8,000.
Nothing. They'll pass the food today.
Great. So I can just leave it. It's still not showing as passed, but I can just leave it and it'll just do it probably by end of market.
Yeah, 6 o'clock today. Yep.
Oh. Okay, great.
Yeah, just as long as something weird didn't happen, like for example, like like you longed to hear on this candle, and then it shot up $6,000, and then you held on and you didn't close it out fast enough, and then they dropped it, $2,000 or $3,000, because then you would blow the account, but it would still say passed. But obviously,
yeah, no, it's showing everything is above the 53,000 mark. So if that's the case, there's not, and it's not like, oh, I can only have a certain amount or blah blah consistency, then I should have passed those accounts.
Yes, sir. So you good? Good job.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep,
Trust me, I was not expecting it.
Yeah, nah, that's crazy. Yep, it's also.
I was only going to long it for like 20 or 30 ticks just to try to get a little bit of a something, and then fucking they just went for the full on everything.
That's crazy.
That was impressive. Like a CPI type of shit right there.
So let's look at the higher time frame. We bounced out of a weekly, right? We put in a bullish 1 hour, 4 hour. Where is the next imbalance are we targeting? Is he still in here? Maybe he left.
Who, me?
Tsunami Trades. This market is still bearish off the chain. Ain't nothing changed. This market is still bearish off the chain. Man, we not going to shift intraday wise until we come up here and take out this high. Don't be confused by that little peasantry move. I don't give a damn if they just flashed us 3,000 ticks in 4 minutes. I don't care. I'm trying to tell you that intraday wise, whoever you are, this market is doing this. On a 4 hour time frame. So until they do this, until they come here and pop this high here, I don't believe nothing that they got going on. I still think that we could dump 2 to 3% tomorrow. That's what my brain's gonna be telling me. And then on a daily basis, this market is bullish off the goddamn chain. Excuse me. Why bullish off the chain? Because look at this here. This is all just one move for real. But still, look, we went up in a straight line. This was just a 1 day pullback. So this is so don't get that confused. This ain't nothing but this here. This is normal. Bearish and bullish at the same time. You see what I just showed you? Why would they not pull it back into the zone or something like that if they want to come to like 32,000 or some shit? How would they not do that? Why would they not come into the zone up here or something? They went in a straight line for 3 straight months or 2. From the end of March until the beginning of June, they went in a straight line for over 2 months in a row. Every red day became green for 2 months in a row. Every single one. Why would they not pull it back? Everyone would think it's a scam. So trust me, they're going to come up into the zone. But over the next day or two, I'm not going to believe they want to go higher until they take out this high. Why? Because in order for them to go higher, they have to take out this high. They have to take out this high in order for them to go higher. So when they take out this high, then I'm going to believe them. Until they take out that high, I'm not going to believe them. I'm going to be like, okay, well, I guess they want to go lower. That's what they're showing me. Until they come up here and take out 29,906, I'm going to think that they're going to keep doing this indefinitely until the goddamn cows come home. That's what I'm going to think. I'm being dead serious. Like, why would I just expect them to change what they're doing? What time frame are you on? This is a 4-hour time frame right here. Identifying intraday sell-side delivery program model. And it shows it on the 15, and it's the same thing on the 15-minute time frame too. Look, we're still within this range here. But keep in mind though that they could just do this indefinitely. Until something gets resolved. Be on alert, they want to bounce, not go lower. Did I just hear dude eval instant pass off of a Trump tweet? Yep. That's what he did. 5 accounts, it appears.
Basically. Got my own little
Timestamp
version of
217.
CPI, basically.
Guys, I think it's best that we call it a day because it's just Trump news and we don't know what's going to happen. There's 90 minutes left in this day. It's probably best we gauge that temperature tomorrow and not risk our accounts today. I believe in you and I love you. And QInsider.com if you want to join our community. Like how I always say, I know how our little story ends. I believe in you guys and I know life's hard. I know it's not easy, but let's continue to have resiliency. Let's continue to stay focused. You need to stay consistent longer than your own impatience. Consistent longer than your own impatience includes your learning journey. More importantly, the learning and the knowledge journey. Because if you have the knowledge, then you'll know what to do. Not only once you get there, but you'll understand how to get to the destination. How is the most important question that we all can answer. You know what you want to do. Trust me, you know what you want to do. You want to make a lot of money so you can help yourself, help others. You want to change your life. You want to get more freedom. You know what you want to do. The why is irrelevant. How you go about doing it is important. You know what it takes to become a millionaire, but are you going to go to a bank and hold a bank hostage? Now, probably how you go about doing that will probably not be the smartest idea. Because why? Because you'd be in prison for 20 to 25 years for bank robbery. It's probably not a smart idea, huh? How you go about doing it is important, and the knowledge is everything. NQinsider.com, I believe in you, and I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.